We're in Quebec, the 5th stop on our 150-day road trip across Canada.
Quebec is a beautiful province. It's a place where you can try amazing food, practice your French, fall in love with heritage buildings, and enjoy nature in different ways, from walking into a park to climbing a mountain. There's something for everyone.
We started our trip off on the St. Lawrence-Saguenay Seaway, first by ferry and then by whale watching tour. This is one of the best places in all of Canada to see whales, and although we had a rainy day, we saw so many minke whales, seals, and even belugas. After our whale watching tour, we drove to historic Quebec City. Thanks to the European charm and beautiful cobblestone streets of Old Quebec, this has become one of the most visited places in all of Canada. One of my favorite activities was taking a historical walking tour. Not only did our guide bring us to some of the most scenic areas, but he also helped bring the city to life by explaining a lot of the history that's happened here. Another one of my favorite activities was visiting the nearby Montmorency Falls. These powerful falls are incredible to see up close, and thanks to the walking loop and bridge, you can see the falls from all sorts of different angles. If you really want to be adventurous though, you can go to the lower deck and actually feel the power of the falls. It felt like a hurricane getting pelted by all the cold water and feeling the wind try to knock us over. We got soaked, but it was such an incredible time.
Before leaving Quebec City, we visited the Huron-Wendat Museum to learn more about the Wendake culture. We actually got to go inside a replica of one of their longhouses. We even got to make bannock over the fire. Montreal is a vibrant city. In fact, we were able to experience this lively city on St. John Baptist Day, a day where we were able to see how locals celebrate the French-Canadian culture. We were also very lucky to see the Jacques Cartier Bridge light up to the rhythm of classical music and beautiful fireworks that lit up the city.
One of my favorite things to do in Montreal is walking around the streets of Old Montreal and marveling at the architecture of buildings like the Notre Dame Basilica. You really realize how old the city is. Another cool place we visited in Montreal was the Biosphere. This is the only museum in North America dedicated to environmental action and education. Here we learned about climate change and global warming, looked at various organisms under a microscope, and experienced a 4D 360-degree video that immersed us in various degrees of weather such as rain, snow, and mist, while educating us on some emerging technologies. This museum is truly one of a kind.
I love Montreal. It's home to the largest underground complex in the world, and it's such a fun city where you can walk around heritage buildings and try all kinds of food with a little bit of a twist. And of course, we couldn't miss the famous poutine and bagels, which are known as the best in all Canada.
Then there's Mount Royal Park, where locals and visitors go to get a taste of nature within the city. Here you'll find amazing views of the Montreal skyline, various trails, and even some small wildlife. Montreal really is a beautiful and diverse place to visit. For those looking for adventure, Mont Tremblant is the place to go. We got to experience so much there, including zip lining and an apprentice falconer walk, where we got to feed a hawk with our own hands. It was a really incredible and humbling experience to see the hawk glide through the air and land on my hand with such precision. I've never seen a hawk up close before, and it was mesmerizing to have him just inches away from my face. And then there's Zip Trek, where we got to zip line around the mountains at speeds of up to 100 kilometers an hour and lengths of over 3,000 feet. What an incredibly fun way to experience nature in Mont Tremblant in a really exciting way. We got to race each other, try different tricks, and have fun while looking at the beautiful scenery.
La nature, c'est tellement important de s'y retrouver. Puis quoi de mieux pour s'y retrouver, justement, d'aller vers des activités comme toutes celles qu'on retrouve à Tremblant, qui nous permettent d'explorer la nature autrement. Donc, ça peut être tout simplement par une marche à pied pour monter la montagne, ou encore la montée en gondole panoramique et la descente en tyrolienne ou la descente en luge. Puis c'est ce qui est absolument fascinant.
In Mont Tremblant, I felt I had a true Canadian experience. I got to sleep in a tree house and swim in a lake for the very first time. I just remember I love listening to the sounds of nature, seeing the reflection of the trees in the water. It was such a great experience.
From historical cities and modern art to French culture and vast wilderness, Quebec is a province you're bound to fall in love with.